recruit. But if you really had that earnest footing to want to do something for yourself through an applicable program, this is it. Far too often we were told coming up in our community that our skill set came here from what we can do with our hands. And that's usually how we gravitated. And this engaged our mind. We need both, but this is something in a mindset and a principle that should have been presented much earlier for me.
Absolutely. And so that's perfect. That's a perfect lead into our interview, sir. So let's go ahead and start. I'll record and let you kind of tell us who Art Matthews is. So that'll be the first thing. Welcome again to our viewers out there. This is the Get 3, Get Free movement. And of course, we're interviewing Mr. Art Matthews, the next leader to actually do so. So we know this is the first of many moving ranks all the way through for Mr. Matthews, and I'm looking forward to those other interviews as well. But this is our first. Mr. Matthews, good morning. How are you today, sir?
Good morning, Grand Rising. I'm maintaining. It's good to be amongst the living, sir.
Right on. And I know that's your saying, Grand Rising. So I use it now. I'm gonna give you credit for it the first time, and then I'm stealing it. So tell us. Let's get started and tell us who you are. Where you're from, and your background. Prior to this project.
Okay, my name is Art Matthews. I'm 48 years old. I was in the military for the since 1993. Have been a law enforcement professional. Some years back, I got hurt on the job.
Where you from? Tell them where you from.
Detroit, yes, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan.
Born and raised?
Born and raised, Detroit, Michigan. Yes, country roots. Big ups to Alabama, but Detroit, born and bred. And during the course of my police career, a lot of times people, when you're plotting your course, you're not plotting your branches because there may be deviations. I got hurt on the job, started reconsidering how I was applying myself. I actually was involved for about 6 years, an MLL program. It was, I'm not going to speak to the specifics of it, but it was good. It spoke to, expanding people's minds and what our concept, and I'm speaking for my community. I know this is going to reach a broad band of people, but for my community, we never really looked at expanding past what we were presenting. It was great. It presented those things, but it was what you did with money. It's not where the money was being generated. And what made me appreciate that definitely was the times we're in right now. We needed something that was recession-proof, contact-proof, and definitely something that could be done from the comfort and the safety from everybody's personal distance. And it spoke to that. It's going to take some work, but what I can say is this, a good friend of mine I've known since 3rd grade introduced me to Dion some years ago. I would say this, Dion is like an octopus, man, but every arm got one of those Arm & Hammers on it. But his conversation and his honest delivery resounded. And I was looking to contact him, and I saw him post about, man, I made $1,200 in a week. I was like, well, that's good, because we were supposed to talk anyway. And, a nosy mind to say, man, you got some money, an inquisitive mind to ask how you got it. And his dialogue and his straightforward demeanor, he shot me over the link. What I did understand was the concept. If you understand concept, that's just like, you may not understand about oxygen, but hold your breath for a couple of seconds and you'll get the concept. And that's what it did. It gave me some fresh air, it gave me a fresh mind. And it wasn't just strategized around one thing. So if you're looking for a one-trick pony, this is not it. And that's the beautiful thing. You want something that will have legs. because sometimes, you know, you have one that's weaker than the other one. And this definitely gave you opportunity for transition. Well, I should say gave me an opportunity for transition. Um, that's it. You know, I'm coming
So
to
you
you
said
from my
some key stuff. You really did say some great stuff. And originally from Detroit, had experience in the industry.
home.
I have a background in service. Man, that's it. So you see today, we're like you mentioned, we're in unprecedented times. People
Yes,
have
sir.
to really adapt to a changing environment very rapidly. Our financial system's changing, and
Mhm.
everything. So knowing that, you said you saw the information. Tell me what was your first thoughts when you saw the presentation, like the full blown
Mm.
service, uh, team oriented, follow the leader type, copycat
Man,
trading,
man,
and the comp plan?
man. Okay, all right, somebody might need some popcorn. But I'm gonna keep it in capsule form. Uh, man, when I saw the comp plan, again, you know, you got to sometimes see things through fresh eyes. And I say, brother, you're an astounding leader, because even through my learning process of trying to understand and absorb the information, to be able to, you know, to have some tactile function, to be able to get on the app and, you know, and be able to mindlessly and comfortably do you know, and perform
And
the
you
functions of the.
self analyze yourself as an analytical person is what you told me too, right? I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's right. And I say to my
Okay.
credit and to my deficit, that's who I am. You know, some people, you know,
No, it is. It is.
they
We are
take,
who we are. Yes, that's it's not
yeah,
a
yeah. Some people's speeds are a lot better, and some people will, you know, they'll grasp things faster. I'm the person that said, you know, Jack and Jill went up the hill. I'm gonna say, Jack, when I'm gonna get there with you. I'm gonna get there. But the beautiful thing, when I saw, I understood the concept. I didn't know all the footing, but I understood the concept. And it speaks more to uh, right now understanding that if you've ever done anything in the MLM system, that, you know, it's work. Never let anybody tell you that it's not, it's work. But I've come from and seen and observed and participated in systems that, you know, you could have a lot of work in you, but because the way the system was designed, just picture two legs, if you will, and you're growing, and one leg's growing, and you still got the stub up here, but you're still doing all that work. That creates lopsided financing, some frustration, and you feel like you really have to bear the arms of man. You start selling and you stop actually talking about the principles and concepts. I looked up, and I'm still in my green mode of understanding me and my, you know, my slow reading application. And Dion was like, brother, congratulations. That spoke and lit another fire. It's not just what he did for me, it showed me what I could do for someone else. Because if you've ever dealt with anything else like this, you've seen how you had to micro grow each root in that system. I looked up and, you know, I'm free.
How the hell?
Now, go right ahead.
Yeah. And so with that, right, we obviously, that's the mission, help three, get three. We get a free access to this amazing benefit and this community.
Absolutely.
And then teaching and duplicating that can create some amazing income. I'm gonna tell you, there's some stories we're gonna do interviews for people who are already getting that first $500 a month residual that don't know the people, any of them that are enrolled, and they're already getting a $500 residual. Like, just joined, like you just mentioned,
Man,
just made a decision.
yeah,
And so our movement is working. It's really working. I know we're just getting started. I'm gonna let you close us out with the date for yourself, right? Because I know you're real close
yes, sir.
with that $500 night position. That's a monthly residual. That's the first rank.
Yes,
So
sir. I
tell us,
deserve a
tell
peace
us what's
truck.
your date and what is your big vision for this project for yourself?
You know what?
No pressure.
No, Doc. I'm gonna give myself a week and a half, because again, what I love about this now, what I love that you introduced me to, is that, you know, the hardest thing for most people is when you start, and you're like, man, can I do this? Man, can I do this? But in retrospect, if you're looking at somebody else and you say, man, let me help them real quick, you'll put more energy into that. For some reason, I don't know how we're built like that, but we are. And now for my kickoff, that I can actually put more energy into somebody else and help them build, you know, that concept is actually very free, because you're there, you're trying to help them get there. And you can put more effort into that. I don't know why it is, why we're built like that. I guess that's off of Big Mama's backs, but we've always been able to develop that way with a little more freedom. And that's what I love about this.
Yeah, my friend Dan Allen says all the time, free has no value. And so he doesn't like when I say it, but I think the concept itself is so powerful, because the average person is marketed so much to free. When something is free, it attracts us, and that
Like
attraction.
it loses value. Like it loses
Yeah.
value almost.
And
Yeah.
I think people really just need to be let in the door of what we have. I have so many friends now who are using the trading sessions, the live sessions with the 20 Pips and Dip crew, and they're making money, and they don't have the first clue about trading. You know what I mean? So it's exciting.
Look, I was motivated. If nobody else gets a chance to see the video of the young lady from San Diego, very impressed by her. Very impressed by her.
Yeah, from in the Navy. Yeah, Miss Tippett.
Yes.
Yeah, it's exciting. So any last words, sir? You didn't give me a date. You said a week and a half, I think.
I'll give you a week and a half, because I'm gonna work with my people and I'm gonna give them that energy, man. I'm gonna give them that same energy you gave me, and I greatly appreciate that. And I think my green is moving more so to a red, so we're gonna get there.
All right, my brother. Well, appreciate you again.
But thank
I'll talk to you soon. I'll talk to you soon on that next interview, and you have a great day again. Talk to you soon. Take care, my brother.
You too, everybody. Have a great one now.
Yes, sir.